There are many people who feel that policing as we know it is unsustainable and that it needs to be abolished and replaced with a different type of enforcement. What is your response to that?
Well, I think that's it's insightful in the sense that community-based policing would be much more effective in many situations, and trying to demilitarize police departments. It's like a lot of these police departments have essentially military hardware. And then so if you have military hardware and you don't really know the people you're policing, then you wind up with this very naturally mistrustful dynamic.
Would you cut off any type of program federally that would give police officers military equipment?
Yes, I would. I do not think that police departments need military equipment in 98% of situations, and that if they do need it, then there are other units that can assist with that. I mean, that's why these other units exist.
What makes you different from Bernie Sanders? Because both y'all talk about giving everybody free stuff.
Well, you know, I'm aligned with many of Bernie's goals and values. Like, I think my approaches are sometimes a little bit different, and I would argue a bit more modern. The main thing I distinguish myself in terms of the freedom dividend is I just want to give everyone straight cash of $1,000 a month. Like, that's the most impactful thing we can do. And then, like, a lot of Bernie's things try and get to the same place, but like do it through various institutions like free public college and like this and that. And I'm like, no, straight cash. Like, money is the most effective way we can help people improve the situations for their families, their communities, and themselves.
You tweeted back in June 2018 about the deaths of whites outnumbering Burbs, and that sparked a backlash from people who thinks that falls into the narrative of white genocide in America. Just wanted to ask you how you respond to that criticism.
You know, I mean, I was literally just retweeting a New York Times article that had a stat that said, hey, like, more whites are dying in various counties than are being born. And then I looked at that, and a lot of it's because of opiate deaths. And so I just retweeted that, like, because, you know, like, to me, that's a really compelling picture. It's that if you have communities that are dying of drugs, I mean, you know, and it's not, frankly, communities that like people had previously associated with that sort of phenomenon. But I care about, like, you know, it's like, I mean, you probably see, if you went back to my Twitter, I've like tweeted about a lot of different things.
Yeah, but I think the critique is that it plays into this notion of, you know, the white person is dying in America, and you know, people of color are kind of coming in and taking over. That's the sentiment, even though that retweet may not have come across that way.
No, and I appreciate that, and thank you for providing the context. So, here are just the straight facts. Americans are dying younger because of suicides and drug overdoses, regardless of their racial background. Like, our overall life expectancy has declined for the last 3 years, which is almost unheard of in a developed country. That's just gruesome and horrific for all of us, you know, of any background. You look around and be like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be the richest, most advanced country in the world, and we're dying of drugs and suicides at epic levels to the point where it's actually bringing our life expectancy down. And so I completely disagree with the narrative you just described, which is like that somehow like other people are like taking over. What I'm saying is like there's just like a society-wide disintegration that's happening to us all. And you know, we need to start looking at it and being like, is it normal for a developed country's life expectancy to go down 3 years in a row? No, it is not.
What do you say to people who don't know you, and the first thing that pops in their mind is, this man does not stand a chance in hell of winning?
Well, you know, it's funny. There are various sites where they put odds on someone becoming the nominee, and right now I'm fifth. You know, they have me at 14% to win the nomination, and the reason for that is that I'm already peeling off voters from all these different segments of the population, in part because I'm telling the truth about what's happening to our society. And so my chances of winning go up every single day. And I've already qualified for the Democratic primary debates, raised over $1 million in increments of only $20 in the last 5 weeks. This campaign is just going to keep on rising. We're going to peak at the right time. And then when I'm president, I'm going to get people that money, because that's what people have put me in the Oval Office to do.
That bag, right?
I'm going to get you that bag.
Are you going to give me mine first?
Yeah, man. You can be there at the inauguration.
Okay. Mr. Yang, thank you so much for the time.
It was such a pleasure, man. It's great to be here.